talk about money and jobs.
Okay.
In a normal economic situation, not now, but in a normal situation. What is the average salary? What are the jobs? What would our graduates do? Would be working in concreting or managers or what?
Yeah, we have, our industry does a few things where they see graduates. Sometimes they're project managers, where they come in and they'll supervise the drawings, and kind of after the salesman gets the project in, you would supervise getting the drawings done, communicating with the client, making sure that the product gets to where it needs to be, making when it needs to be there, making sure that the materials are ordered for the products that you're going to make when they need to happen. So that could be a job. We also work with a lot of erectors, companies that erect both steel and precast, and you could be a certified precast erector, and again, project manager type jobs, and supervising work like that. Marketing, so I know a lot of people who have gone into sales and marketing with a good construction background, and then work selling the precast products. But usually you work your way up through a pre-stressing plant to a sales job. Those are usually some of the better paying jobs. So I think a lot of people like to work their way into those. And some of our plants are union plants and some are not. So salaries really vary different places. But there's also you saw the quality assurance guy doing that, and sometimes they come up through the ranks, or sometimes they'll bring people in to do that. Engineering firms, there's a lot of drafting that goes on using usually some kind of computer-aided design system. So we have drafters that draft all the different pieces after the engineers design them.
Now, if somebody is lucky to end up working for a plant, or what is a magic number for average salary?
I don't. You know what? I have no idea.
Okay.
I don't know.
Okay.
So
I'll get you another question easy.
Okay.
What is the relationship between the PCI that you mentioned earlier and whatever you said now? PCI. What is PCI?
PCI is the Precast Prestressed Concrete Institute. And I work for the Illinois-Wisconsin region. So, is that what you were asking?
They inspect the plants? Or?
Oh, yes, they have. I'm sorry. The plants that are members of PCI have to be PCI certified plants. And that means that twice a year, an inspector comes to the plant and checks all of the quality assurance manuals. He makes sure that all of the equipment's calibrated. How do you store your materials? How do you train your workers? How do you deal with your customers? And twice a year, he spends 2 days at the plant ensuring that they meet all of those quality
Unannounced.
Yes.
Okay. Very good. I think I'll stop asking here questions.
Okay.
But I'll ask the audience the last question, and whoever answers this question, I'll give him a chocolate. How about that? If you can guess, what is the major of Marty McIntyre? Oh, you saw how proficient she is in concrete and so forth. What do you think? Please, if you know it before, you don't qualify for that. But guess what was her major when she was undergrad? Any guess? Chocolate? Speech communication. She is good in that. Very good. She is talented. Now I tell Marty that she is a role model for a successful person. She'll tell you where she started and where she is now, and this is a story of success. And it's inspired many students in the past to change careers drastically and be successful wherever they are. So bloom wherever you are. So what is your major? My
major was English literature with the emphasis in journalism.
Okay, so you speak English.
And then I got out of school and I was doing marketing for architecture firms. or for an architecture firm. And I decided I wanted to write more, so I went and worked for Roads and Bridges magazine. And then I worked for the Concrete Producer magazine. And then I worked for the Portland Cement Association. And now I work for PCI.